Alright everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil, and we are here to rant about Operation KnightFAIL. This event, this era battle, Operation KnightFAIL, as almost everybody is calling it. We are all calling it that. Everyone is calling it Operation KnightFAIL. That's what it's called. It's terrible. It's embarrassing. It feels like a slap in the face. Now I understand how every single professor in college felt when they'd have you turn in like a rough draft of a paper and they're like, it's not graded. I just want to make sure that you're working on it. You know, like what I would give them as a rough draft is basically what this event is right now. That it is not even like close to being done. It is so ridiculously overtuned for what's in the game. And I know everybody's going to say, oh, well, not all the clones are here yet. Then don't release it. We're going to go through, like, the three biggest problems here, and so much of this could have been solved if they just waited. But here we are, with this event that players who invested their resources into, and not just resources, some people spent money to try and take advantage of this event, to try to get to that point where they could build Relic 9s to earn those extra resources, and guess what? You can't. You can't beat it. I don't think people are beating that tier yet. And if they are, then, like, my hat goes off to you. I'd love that RNG. I'd go buy a lotto ticket kind of thing. Let's calm it down for a bit. Let's thank the channel members for their support. I really appreciate you guys putting up with me as I'm going to scream at you for the next however many minutes. Very much appreciate your support if you're ever interested. Link below. More importantly, guys, join the Discord and subscribe to this channel. Like the video, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. That's some of my, the best stuff to do, especially if you're Eggnards. That's his favorite thing to do is go through my comments and make, laugh at people making fun of me. So make sure you guys do that. I don't really care. I got thick skin. So anyway, let's get into our video here and let's rip CG apart. Now listen, I am one of the first people that normally defends capital games when it comes to stuff like this. There is zero defense, right? This is what they call, if you've seen a Wolf of Wall Street and this is what we call Grenada, right? Grenada is very interesting. Like, the United States military went up against Grenada. It's this little Ireland country. You know what that means? This is unlosable. And that's what this feels like right now going after CG. It is impossible to not sit here and be like, you guys screwed up. This event is turbo dog shit. And I know that there's so many problems. There's so many things where you're just like, why is this a thing? Why release it now? And I know what everybody's going to say. Like, we're going to talk about it. My number one thing, and this was even on Arnold's video, let me use my own Lord Vader. Let me use my own Lord Vader. Why do I get this borrowed unit that is ass? Like, this is the whole thing that I feel they were so good with for a while, is it didn't matter what gear level your characters were. As long as you had them, you were able to access certain things, right? If I have a 5-star Oppo, who the hell cares if I invested gear into him? I invested gear into my Relic 8 Lord Vader. People invested gear in mods of their Relic 9 Lord Vader. Like, let us use him. This whole event feels like this massive, like, what a lot of us felt was going to be similar to Peridia Patrol or similar to Duel of the Fates, where they were challenging, but they were doable. This is not. And if you let us use our own Lord Vader, or simply don't put Lord Vader in the event at all. You could make a much more interesting event if Lord Vader's not there at all. Just let us use the clones. It's so frustrating when they do this and they give you this borrowed unit that's ass, that doesn't have his ultimate. It's like Gear 5 GL. Like, what are we doing here? The next. Listen, this felt like such lazy ass work. Such lazy ass work. Every single wave was a single enemy. You fought Jedi Consular, you fought Shaak Ti, you fought Keller and Beck, and you fought Jocasta. How do I put this? It felt like the old CG model for events. They were way more healthy than they should have been, way faster, hit way harder. Like, it felt like what GOTB was, where eventually the clones just got to these, like, ridiculous levels. That's what this event felt like. It's not challenging because their kit is any good. It's just challenging because they're healthy and the offense, like, it's so challenging. It's kind of like some of the video games where the only ways that enemies get harder is they get more health or they deal more damage. Whereas, like, if you have played, like, I'm going to use Halo as a great example. When you played on, like, normal versus playing on legendary, yes, obviously legendary, there was a bit more health and stuff, but the bigger thing was you ran into, like, better versions of grunts, better versions of jackals, better versions of elites and brutes, right? Like, they were souped up. There was much more commonly, like, more challenging enemies to face on the higher difficulties. Do that here. Instead, it's just, every tier they got a little bit harder and they're already overly tuned. Like, it was just so lazy. It's like, just give them more health, protection, and offense, and good luck. I did not like this one enemy wave thing. It felt so lazy. It was, and especially when it's the same freaking battle every wave. Like, every single tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, whatever, tier that's still impossible, tier 6. It's just turbo dog shit when it's the same thing over and over again. And, like, the Balin event was the same thing. You did the same battle 3 times. The Ahsoka ultimate battle is the same thing 12 times. It's so stupid. It's been really bad lately with some of these events where there's just so little effort put into them. And this was a big one. This could have been such a cool opportunity. It's clone troopers in the Jedi Temple. Like, I know you're not going to put younglings in there. I get that. But you could put a bunch of variations of Jedi Temple guards, Jedi Consular, Jedi Guardians, some of the Jedi Masters that we know. You could have put all of them in there, and we could have been fighting them, and instead we just get, 4 random, I would say random, but 4 Jedi. Like, come on now. Give us more. It was lazy-ass work. And finally, I know that the event says, this was, note, it is recommended you have all 4 units at Gear 5. Note, it is recommended all 4 units at 5-star Gear 9. Note, it is recommended all 4 units at 7-star Gear 12. How many damn units are in the game? 1! Just wait to release them! Just wait! That's all you had, one job! Wait! This is what pisses us off, is that you have clearly just sat there and been like, nah, you know what? We're going to try and release this now. And don't tell me it's not about money. Anybody with half a brain knows this was a financially charged decision to release this early. Try and get everybody to spend a Relic 9 on Oppo, hoping they could beat this event when, some people with Relic 9s aren't getting through Tier 3. That's a problem. You should be embarrassed. This should never have come into the game until there's enough units in it to beat it. You should 1,000, this is a colossal failure. I cannot describe to you how embarrassing you should feel that this was allowed to get put into the game. At some point, you need to recognize that you are going to drive players away by continuing to release turbo dog shit like this. Players will leave because they feel that this is robbery. They feel that this is wrong. They feel like this cheats them. And I'm not upset. Here's the thing. I'm not upset for the guys who wail all the time, right? There are players in my squad arena that do this, that this is what they do, right? They wail on the Lord Vader, right? They get Apocron. I'm not upset for them because guys like that, and again, I'm not picking on him. There's other guys that do this, right? Not picking on him specifically and saying, what a terrible person. He's going to wail on that character regardless. They're going to wail to get to this event regardless. I'm upset for the players who maybe wailed on a character for the first time because they love Lord Vader and the clones. Or a free-to-play who saw an opportunity to get a lot of extra Relic 9 materials by investing in Oppo. And now they can't. And you could say, we told you. No, you said you needed 1 clone to get there. Right? Yes, it's designed for, but the wording of that was not clear. It was not indicated what would be required until this event was in the game. And I think that's what a lot of us are upset about, is there was not clear communication. And that goes back to one of the biggest problems you have as Capital Games, is communication. And that sometimes the flow of information into the game is not enough for us to make decisions. And I get that you need to be able to have some little bit of panic. But you could have told a lot of people before Appa was released that you need all these clones. But you knew that that would stop players from wailing on this character. So I don't feel bad about ripping into you. Because we all see it. Sometimes the best business decisions are being upfront and honest with people. Instead of this back alley stabbing. Because there's players who are going to stop playing the game because of shit like this. Because of this turbo dog shit event. And yes, turbo dog shit is the word of the day. Listen, I try to defend CG when I can. Because I love this game. And without them, we don't get this game. And without them, I don't get to meet a lot of the great people that I've met. But I can't defend them in a moment like this when they submitted the, quality of rough drafts that I was submitting in college, which I will fully tell you was turbo dog shit. You should have waited. You should have waited to release it. You should let us use our own Lord Vaders, and you should have made it a hell of a lot more interesting than what it is. Because it just feels lazy. And that's a problem, because a lot of some of these events lately have felt that way. Where it's almost like there's a lack of passion. So, guys, I want this game to continue to succeed. And I want this game to be something that continues to go on for years. But you gotta take care of it. You gotta do better than this. So, Capital Games, do better. That's all we're asking. It's not that hard. You've got plenty of people here who will pay the money as long as there's quality. And this isn't quality. This is turbo dog shit. That's the end of the video, folks. If you're ever interested in, joining or subscribing, now's the time to do it. Especially if you're, over 12 minutes into a FatPhil video. Very much appreciate it. Wampa is king in the comments. Y'all know the drill. I love you all. May the force be with you. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, my friends.